determination for the manner of death, saying that it's homicide, which is a critical point right here. We're also seeing a statement from the FBI in the blue right there. I'm just going to read that off for everyone. It says, the FBI's commitment to justice is at the forefront of each and every investigation, going on to say the FBI and our partners remain dedicated to ensuring anyone responsible for or complicit in Mrs. Petito's death is held accountable for their actions. Mr. Brian Laundrie has been named a person of interest. Anyone with information concerning Mr. Laundrie's role in this matter or his current whereabouts should contact the FBI. So they are still saying that this investigation is underway at this point in time. I want to pop up for you a look of the Carlton Reserve, which you can see the crews have been there all day today. You just heard from Jody Goldberg out in New York, even talking about the extreme terrain that these search crews are having to go through. It has been a point of interest here, and this all sparking off of what was a Facebook post. So to give you a little more background on all of this, I'm going to go into some of the coverage from our Fox 13 crew. Evidence has led everyone to the Carlton Reserve because of a Facebook post of what they believe was Brian Laundrie walking through the reserve. This was the last location in which investigators have been pointed to for the whereabouts of Brian Laundrie. To take a step even further back, a Tampa-based family was actually traveling across the country when they came across what appeared to be Gabby Petito's camper van back in August. Their GoPro captured it all on video, all by accident. That's what led them to kind of dive a little deeper into the Grand Teton National Park area in which they found those remains of Gabby Petito. On August 27th, the Bethune family was trying to find a spot to camp for the night when they found themselves in the Spread Creek camping area near Grand Teton National Park, where the remains were found on Sunday that matched Gabby's description. Jen Bethune, who is the mother of this family, said that the van they passed by appeared to be the converted camper van that Gabby and Brian Laundrie, her fiance and the person of interest in the case, were using to travel. But it wasn't until this past Saturday when she connected the dots. The blog by the Bethune family about their adventure on their Red, White, and Bethune website ended up being the key puzzle piece for investigators to figure out where Gabby Petito, in fact, was. This right here, though, is out in Florida right now, where they are searching for Brian Laundrie, which is about 25 miles outside of their Northport home in Florida. This right here is in Sarasota County in the Carlton Reserve. It's a 25,000-acre park, which you can just imagine how difficult it is to find one person in such an expansive area. But connecting those pieces between the family, this Bethune family, and then also where Gabby Petito might be was just critical for the FBI in this case. So our very own Regina Ureta actually spoke with forensic scientists to talk about what this autopsy means. This was obviously before the autopsy was revealed. This was earlier this morning, but it gives some critical insight into what they were expecting, what an autopsy reveals about a case, and so much more. So we'll listen into what they had to say. We'll also keep up a live look of this search area in Florida. News that we just got in from the FBI out of Denver. I want to read to you this statement right now. The FBI's commitment to justice is at the forefront of every investigation. They did confirm that this body, in fact, found this weekend is Gabby Petito. They're still asking for any information concerning Brian Laundrie's role in this matter or his current whereabouts, and they should contact the FBI. Just to give you a little more background on this, A coroner performed an autopsy today to confirm if the remains found in Wyoming do in fact belong to Gabby. We are confirming that. The FBI already strongly believed that that was the case, but the FBI coming out today saying Teton County Coroner Dr. Brent Blue confirmed the remains are those of Gabrielle Venora Petito. She was born March 19th, 1999. So their initial determination for the manner of death is homicide. That is a huge development in this case. They say the cause of death remains pending final autopsy results. But there you have it, the manner of death, homicide. We'll be trying to get more details for you with experts on this specific development in the case, but we've been awaiting the autopsy results for several days now, as those human remains were found just this past weekend. That's the latest that we have. Again, Gabby Petito, the fiance of Gabby Petito, Brian Laundrie, the search still underway for him, as we do have a live look right here outside of the reserve right now, Carlton Reserve, that 25,000 acre park. So this is just one piece of the puzzle being confirmed at this time, the autopsy results. This is one of the biggest developments that we've had all day today. We were waiting to hear from the Brian Laundrie family for a while, with the attorney coming out, was supposed to hold a press conference. They are not going to be holding a press conference. We do have a statement from the family attorney of Brian Laundrie. We'll take a look at that really quickly here. This is from the office of Richard Stafford, who is the family attorney for Gabby Petito. They say, "I want to personally thank the press and news media for giving the Petito and Schmidt family time to grieve." They say they'll be making a statement when Gabby is home. They say they'll contact with a time and location. So when Gabby Petito's body arrives home, they say that they will be speaking out. So this is just the latest here. The body found in Wyoming is Gabby Petito. We're going to take a quick break here on Live Now from Fox. Coming up soon, we'll be having a live report out of New York, where we're going to hear from our reporters out there who've been following this story about the search underway, as well as those two lawyers who are located in New York. What the latest is with them as well. We'll see back here in just Kim Quizon, who is there at the search site right now. Kim, what's new?
Well, Daytona, investigators are back out here at the Carlton Reserve, this time at the Venice entrance. And I can tell you, this is a difficult search. Northport police estimate that about 75% of the land that they're looking into is covered in water. That, including marshy terrain and rain that comes in every day, is adding to a search that is already difficult enough. And I want to go ahead and show you some video right here. These are some of the vehicles that are being used to aid investigators. They are swamp buggies. It allows searchers to sit up high and remain protected from elements. It can also get into those deeper waters, which sometimes contain alligators and snakes. Now, canines have also been brought back in, looking to pick up on any trail. And if Brian Laundrie was in the area, we know last Friday articles of his clothing were given to investigators to help pick up on his scent. The Northport Police Department took some video of the terrain and provided an interview with the commander, explaining they are utilizing multiple tools to help in their search, including high-altitude drones.
We'll mix the resources and deploy them out so that if they encounter flooded areas or terrain that they can't access with these wheeled vehicles, we'll deploy our drones directly out into the wooded area.
And investigators remain under the assumption that this is Brian Laundrie's last known location. That's after his parents reported him missing last Friday. They say this is where he was headed. We also know that the Okaloosa County Sheriff's Office is looking into this photo it posted on Facebook. Captured by a trail cam in North Florida, several people reported it, wondering if it was Laundrie. That tip and others are being vetted by investigators. And the one question that we've had also is, why this part of the Carlton Reserve? The Northport Police Department had called off their search yesterday with the reserve in the Northport area. But I can tell you, this is a very fluid investigation. Keep in mind, the Carlton Reserve has a lot of trails out there. Some of them lead to areas that are developed, others lead to undeveloped land. So they are really combing over any area searching for Brian Laundrie. Daytona, back to you.
Yeah, Kim, we understand that the conditions are not great, and then also the weather conditions not great today too. Has it been raining there?
Well, so far, investigators here in Venice have lucked out. It hasn't rained now. They called the search on just before 9 a.m. today. That's when they started this. Hasn't rained yet, but those dark clouds are moving in, which once again will add to those already muddy and swampy conditions out here.
Kim, any new information on the latest from the family of Brian Laundrie? Do they have anything to say?
Yeah, so yesterday we learned that the Laundrie family was going to give a press conference through their attorney. That, of course, was canceled last night. As of right now, the Laundrie family has remained silent. We do know that the FBI and investigators were seen going to Brian Laundrie's parents' house in Northport and also his sister's home in Lakewood Ranch with those search warrants and documents. But that's the last really known sighting that we've seen of them.
All right, Fox 13's Kim Quizan bringing us the latest per usual at the search site where the search is intensifying for Brian Laundrie. We appreciate you, Kim. We'll speak with you soon.
In just a moment, but let's start with Kimberly Quizan, who is live from Laundrie's neighborhood. Kim, can you tell us about what investigators have been taking out of the house all day today?
Yeah, well, Linda, one of the big things that we saw was the silver Mustang that Brian Laundrie was supposedly using around Northport towed away today. And we can tell you that FBI agents were out here just before 10 a.m. this morning. They had a search warrant with them, and they were seen bringing Brian Laundrie's parents outside. That's Christopher and Roberta Laundrie. They were eventually brought back into their home, and we saw cardboard boxes, agents filling a van with items taken out of the house. And now this takes a turn as investigators are still searching for Laundrie. This morning, Northport police called off the search for Laundrie at the Carlton Reserve, saying all avenues had been exhausted. And this is the second search warrant to be served on the house, the first on Friday. And neighbors are watching closely, as is the nation, and waiting for any word of what exactly happened to Gabby Petito.
Been trying really hard to not jump to conclusions where other people have already, made up their minds what exactly happened. But there's too many unanswered questions that you can't jump to conclusions.
And Brian's family reported him missing on Friday. They say the last time they saw him was on Tuesday. They said he had a backpack in his hand and said that he was heading out to that Carlton Reserve. His parents told investigators, again, he was heading to that reserve. And the family's attorney is planning a press conference tomorrow afternoon in New York. We're not told what those details of that press conference are, just that the family's attorney will be speaking. And I can tell you right now, the FBI has now since become the lead agency in this investigation and trying to find Brian and also trying to figure out what exactly happened to Gabby. Back to you guys.
Yeah, so Kimberly, no sightings of Brian either, except for the word of his parents, right? No other tips have come in.
We're not sure at this point in time. The FBI, Northport police have not released that. Again, the FBI is now the lead agency on this, but as they were out here executing that search warrant, you can imagine that they're more than likely looking for items that may give them a clue as to where Brian may be or where he was planning on going.
All right, Kimberly Quizan, who's been on this story from the very beginning. Thank you.